Better fam, happy Red Friday. It's been a while since we have had a massive double-digit day, and we are seeing a lot of fear in the streets. We are definitely seeing a lot of panic. I just got to give in South Africa, we say, Shop, thank you, thank you, pal. I appreciate it. Thank you for pumping the market last week, and thank you for creating the most fearful thing ever over here. Guys, if you have just asked the question, is the bull market over? Right? It is time to get focused. It's time to get focused. I don't like, and I've been looking at a lot of YouTubers, everyone said bull market's over, these sort of things. Cut that. Finished, right? You're getting red, and you're going to see more of these red days in the future. Okay, today we get up. It's not easy. It's hard. It's been a really hard 24, 36 hours. It's been tough to see. But you know what? Today we've got to think like Rocky Balboa. And about how hard you get hit. How hard can you get up? You'll get hit and get up, right? Don't judge altcoins on the way down. There's big bounce zones incoming, right? And we're going to speak about these levels over here. I do not expect the market to accelerate so quickly. But guys, in crypto, it's about how do you get up and what do you use on these days. These altcoins will bounce. And it's about how strong do they bounce after that. And that's why it's so important on big red days here. You're not going to quit. Not today. Not on a red day are you going to capitulate and become the exit liquidity. I've spoken to you guys multiple times before. I guarantee you BlackRock is going to buy today. I guarantee you the biggest wallets in the world are going to be buying this fear. Okay? We are not going to be shaken out by these things. It's not easy, right? And we can look at ways to maybe prepare better in the future. But today you are seeing massive opportunities, and don't change your mind that we are out of a bull market. You are seeing a higher time frame pullback happen. Okay, you are not seeing a reversal. Bitcoin is still sitting over $90,000. We were at $60,000 3 months ago. Okay, so today I'm here to, it ain't easy, right? You've got to put on a smile. And yes, we lost a bunch of money, but we're going to get our money back and more. Okay, we're going to take advantage of the opportunities that are here today with us. I want you to keep your brains up and your heads up. And I want you to put your heads down now and let's put your heads up, put your heads down. Do this, okay? And basically, let's rock this market. I'm here today to chart all of your altcoins. I'm here to go through all of the altcoins with you guys, go through the high time frames. When do I think this dump is going to end? What the hell is currently going on? And what are we going to do next? If we're happy with that, again, red days, hit the thumbs up, hit the like, because I would rather be here on red days. And by the way, I did do a stream yesterday. I was on Crypto Live. Make sure on Thursdays, people thought I didn't do a stream yesterday. Sheldon's running. No, Sheldon's not running. He was on Crypto Live. You know, now and then I get benched from the coach. So I was there. Make sure you find me there on Thursdays. But I'm here today to be with you. I would rather be here 10 times more on the red days than the green days. We can all make money together. How do we not get shaken out from this crap? How do we not lose motivation in this crap? That's what I'm here for today. So no more wasting time. Yes, the comments are great today. I like the humor, guys. There's a lot of humor still there. Who said let's go trade stocks? No, don't be like that. Don't be like that. No more wasting time. Let's go.
I try and help everyone in my space, and this is what I get. I try and fight the devils, but inside I'm just like sniper. Welcome to Sheldon Show.
Fam. I know it's tough. But now we look at where we go next, okay, and we're prepared to make money back and more. That's what we do. Today, you have opportunities. I had a bunch of my spots get stopped out. Some of them didn't, okay? And today is a very important part of what do I do next. People think that red days, you kind of have to panic out and things like that. It's not about that at all. And I know there's a lot of people that are in crypto now that haven't experienced this before, okay? But there's a lot of OGs that have, right? This is called every third Thursday, okay? Is where we have these big dump offs and these things like that. We've seen this multiple times before. And you know what? When I had 150,000 views my first bull market and I came all the way down to 30 people got through this stuff, okay? 30,000 people managed through 2 years of these down things over here. And they managed to pull themselves and actually make a lot of money within this bull and get themselves back up. So before you want to quit, before you want to think this is too hard, you got to understand it is a volatile market. It is one of the hardest industries in the world, but everyone thought you're just going to come here and make free money, right? Everyone thought you're just going to come here and just make a massive amount very quickly, okay? You will do that, but you got to get through this. This is what a lot of people can't get through, okay? We're going to get through that and we're going to keep pushing through. So this is another lesson again. I want you to write it on your damn walls today, okay? Are you going to take some profits on the way up in the next pump? Okay, we'll get through this now, and the altcoins are stronger than ever. They've had these dumps before. They've had the dominant spike up. They've had these times before. The altcoins will go up, and they'll be stronger than ever. Are we going to make sure that we have cash in the future? This is very, very, very important. Okay, doesn't matter what mistakes were made or you sat with a bunch of bags. It does not matter. This is where we now take the mental notes. I'm going to take money, and this is why, again, today waking up and I felt that knot in my stomach again. I am going to take so much profits this bull market. It's ridiculous. Okay, as much as we love altcoins, as much as we this, they're great to the upside, but this is what happens. Okay, and this will happen again. For those that are saying it's super cycle and we'll never do these things, they will happen again in the future. But I'm very confident altcoins are going to bounce. I'm very confident that altcoins are going to make their way up and actually shock the world yet again. Altcoins have been through a lot of these before, a lot of these times. So the first thing is, guys, this is still my little roadmap for Bitcoin. Okay, that I'm still seeing a strong January. I'm still seeing a strong end of December. Okay, we do got to get through these next couple of hours, the next day or two. It's a bit tough, but I'm still seeing a strong market, right? And what we did see, the big early warning sign with Bitcoin, as much as altcoins were bullish and we had the right to be bullish on alts, okay, Bitcoin was slowing down, and this was a early sign. So going forward, if I ever see Bitcoin on a daily starting to go up at an angle like this, as much as you want to in your gut and as much as in your brain, we bull. We got to state the facts and say that Bitcoin was starting to slow down. Okay, and it's very likely that a shakeout was incoming. So that was one of the big lessons that for me, I've taken now over the last couple of days, is to pay attention to that. Now what you're seeing is you're seeing a correction. You're seeing a higher time frame correction. There's two corrections we are paying attention to here on Bitcoin. The first one is this is a wave, because this was a low that we made when we started trending, and this is a high, right? So the question is this the correction, okay, or do they actually want to correct the entire wave? That is the big question, and that's what we've got to now get ready for today and see where are these levels and what the hell we're going to do if Bitcoin does want to capitulate. And it was quite crazy, Matt. I should have just stayed bearish for 2 more weeks, bro. 10 more days. We called the top, bro. We did. We got laughed at. We got this. We had it, right? But again, we get up now today and it's like, okay, cool. I still think we got way better buys than the rest of the market. I think the rest of the market are sitting in a lot of trouble right now. We still had at least a 20-25% discount on where we bought. Okay, but I was bearish. I was bearish at that point. Maybe flipped a little bit too early. But we could not see what Powell was going to say, right? Powell came in hot and basically started destroying not only crypto, stock markets, everything. Everyone as a whole now are sitting with a little bit of redness, okay? And a lot of people will kind of flake at these times over here. But you got to zoom out now and understand that this is Bitcoin. This is the weekly, okay? And you're just basically seeing the last 2 weeks get erased from Bitcoin, okay, in this area over here. So you're seeing this correction over here at this point on the weekly, and you're seeing this is how it's looking like on altcoins, okay? So altcoins are pulling back. They definitely are pulling back. But as you could see, we are not in a bear market. We are not bull market is done. Like, we are not any of those things, right? We are basically seeing that the altcoins went up this much, okay, and now they're over here. Okay, we are not seeing this reverse. We are not down here. We are not at that single point over here. So what you're getting now is you're getting a higher time frame correction, okay, and you're getting a higher time frame pullback. And what that means now is we're going to basically start to see a pull like this, and then the market will start to settle and start getting ready to go up again, right? The question is this area over here. So on the high time frames, what I'm seeing now is I do have a couple of good levels. I got support here on the left, and I got support a little bit lower. So there is a scenario where there is another 10% down from here, okay? But from here, guys, I do see a very big, strong green week next week. Now, will we recover everything in the next week? I'm not 100% sure on that, okay? But I do think that once we are done with this red candle over here, I do think we're going to respond very strong from the bulls. So let's say we even go a little bit lower to over there. Just pop that in. There we go. Okay, I do see next week that we start a recovery. And maybe we get to halfway, maybe we get a little bit high. We might even engulf the whole thing, because this might have just been one of the biggest traps ever, just to trap you out before alt season, right? You know why I'm not bearish, especially on altcoins? It's because if the dominance was down a lot, I'd be very bearish. Dominance is still up there, which means the distribution to alts still has to happen. Okay, it's happened every cycle in the history, okay, of since we've had altcoins, and it will happen again. So now to get capitulated and get out over here, I would say, you know what, if the dominance was down over here, okay, and this was happening, then I'm like, oh, okay, this could be end of bull market, right? We are not in a bull market. We haven't even had the distribution to the alts just yet. You're getting fear and you're getting panic. Yes, but this is not the end over here at this point. This is only, but fear now coming within dominance, and we're going to still have that trickle back. And these altcoins are still going to outperform a lot. And you got to remember that the altcoins, where they stopped at the all-time highs, right? So what you're seeing now is a normal chartist and a normal person here. And I'm just saying this because it's stupid to think bear market now, to think that you want to quit right now. Even if you're sitting in a couple of losses, you're not that late. Okay, you're not that late. Yes, you're going into a downside now, a possible downside, but you're not that late to the party. There's people that are going to come way later to the party. Okay, and that is after the all-time high break, right? When we really start extending, and that is when you're going to be extremely late. Right now, you're getting the short downfall over here, but you're not out of the party. Okay, and all that we're seeing now is you basically saw a double top within the all-time highs. Actually very similar to what Bitcoin did. Remember when Bitcoin went to $70,000 and then stopped in the beginning of the year or mid part of the year? Then we had the range. So what you're seeing now is you're seeing from resistance coming into support. Okay, and from here, I do see the climb back to the top over here. The question is, how long is that going to take? I do think in 4 weeks we have recovered this. Okay, if not, have broken the highs. So I don't think it's going to last too long. I do think the alts are going to recover very quickly once the dump is done. Doesn't mean that there isn't some more short-term pain, okay? But we are not bare. We've lost major levels. We haven't even come to the 618 yet, okay? We haven't even got to any of these areas, and that's where the 618 is showing. So it's very likely on the weekly, between this week and next week, that we are going to come down a little bit more within altcoins to this big zone over here. And it's not much further down if we look at percentages of where we are right now. That's why I think today brings big opportunities. It's another 7% on the total 3, okay, that we're seeing over here. And then we're going to start the road to recovery. Now, again, I want to show you that inside of this dump, you are getting RSIs that are flatlined, right? Your daily is at the bottom, okay? There's it at the bottom. So if you want to go flake out now, when the market's about to have a daily stock bounce, it's telling you that in the next 24 to 48 hours, you're going to have a temporary bounce within the market. Then we can decide when the market is back up 20, 30%, then we can decide and say, okay, I want to maybe save a bit of bags, take a little bit of cash. You're not going to do that on a damn red day, right? This, again, is just showing you that you are seeing, and this is why I love RSIs at times as well, is that you are seeing fear in the markets and you're seeing people panic out of the markets, which has always been the best time to add to your positions if you have cash, right? But to not lose focus within the market. So this is showing us here in the next day or two, we will get a bounce within this market. Okay, and we've got a bunch of supports that are sitting here on the high time frames on altcoins over here. So don't allow this to shake you. Take the lessons. You'll be back up and it'll be forgotten. But the main thing that you do not do, you don't allow this to come down and go over here and then forget what happened, right? That has to become a very powerful updating thing for you to be better, okay? Because you haven't missed the main event. And I know it may be a little bit scary now and the emotions are pumping, but you haven't missed the main event. We're not in all-time highs on altcoins just yet. And this dominance is just going up and up and up. And it's actually, this is very clear. This is an altcoin capitulation that we're seeing at this point, okay? But this thing is still going to come down. And when this thing comes down, everything's going to be gone in that point. But still remember that in 3 months from now, the same thing's going to happen again. So again, now it's just a reminder, take profit levels, everything that I buy, when I buy it, where am I going to take profits? What am I going to do? And you make yourself better, okay? Now, let's jump into the actual charts and look at where Bitcoin goes next. So there's 2 supports here, guys. There's 2 areas. I'm not thinking 80,000 or anything yet, okay? There is 2 levels and we are on one right now. So what you're about to see in the next 24 hours, you're either going to see a fast increase in the, I would say in the next 4 to 6 hours. You're either going to get one more shakeout, okay, and everything is going to capitulate one more time, and there's going to be a badass bounce, okay? There's going to be a great bounce. What that bounce looks like is Solana's at 182 now. Let's say it goes down to 170. I'll get to the levels now, and you will see Solana back at 200, 210 in the matter of a couple of hours, right? You will see a very fast bounce at one of these major zones, okay? And what you're seeing now is you're seeing that there's 2 supports. The first support that I'm seeing on Bitcoin here is if you take this main leg over here, this main leg here, and you come down, we are at the 618 right now. This is a support zone, okay, where we should see some strength, okay? However, this market is yet to shake, and we got to understand that Bitcoin actually lost this trend, okay? So it might decide to capitulate a little bit lower, and if that is so, we're going to come and fill that wick that we wicked to the other day, okay? So remember, these wicks never get forgotten at times. Okay, and there was a lot when we dumped over here. We have not seen that level since we dumped that level the first time. Okay, so there is a bunch of liquidity that is sitting here, okay, that maybe was not filled. Okay, and price went down so quickly that not enough buyers or went at that point. So at times, price can start to come down and actually fill that gap. So if we don't hold, my first bounce zone is right now, right here, which means if I got any money, okay, at this point, I would spend up to 30-40% of it in this area right now. Okay, reason being is if you look at things like Solana, Sol is right here and approaching the major 618, and it has support. Right? So Solana is at an insane level. Again, if you had to take this, and before you want to get bearish, okay, you have to take this from the bottom to the top over here. And I had to say, okay, this is what your coin is currently doing. Does that look bearish? Does it look like it's reversed? Does it look like it's going down? No, it actually looks like a healthy correction. Right? So where you're at right now is you're at main 618, main areas over here. So this would be a perfect time if I had any more cash. And I do think this is bull market entries that you're getting here, ones that you can hold in spot. You don't have to take high leverage or anything like that. Okay. I would definitely be deploying 30-40% right now, right over here. Right. Then I would be also preparing for the shakeout. The second shakeout looks like this. So I'm going to paint you guys two scenarios that I see over here. The first scenario is we actually start bouncing here, and we start a little bit of a climb up to these areas. It's going to move slowly. However, altcoins are going to move fast because that dominance is going to come down, okay, when that's happening. You can see this dominance. It's spiking up. Let's go here. It's spiking up, but the moment we get a bounce within Bitcoin, we know this thing is going to start trickling down. It's probably going to trickle down pretty hard. So if that happens, you will see nice little climb up, and then we will see, okay, in 3 days from now, Bitcoin's not getting where it needs to get. You know, markets will be up 40% from where they are now. Maybe let's save a bit of cash. You don't do that right now. You don't go panic and sell and get out right now. That's where the biggest trap happens and where you're going to get stuck within this market. Okay, so that is the first play over there on Bitcoin. The second one is let's speak about the capitulation and what this looks like on alts, right? Where do we get to on these levels? The second one is we lose this level pretty soon. We're not bouncing hard right now. Okay, we are slowing down, but we're not bouncing hard right now. So the capitulation is where we actually go a little bit up here and then we capitulate. And that is what I see happening. Okay, this will not last long. And again, these fast dumps, as much as they're very scary, they don't last long. Okay, if it's just going to go down like this, okay, in one line, the bounce is going to be pretty nice. Okay, and it's going to do something like that. Okay, and that's why the way I would do it, if I have cash today, 30-40% right now, and I would be having the other 50% sitting a little bit lower at these areas. And what that looks like, again, with the total 3, let's go to total 3, is this is where the big bounce zone is incoming for me for the total 3. So we have not hit it yet, which is implying to me that it does look like the second option is going to play out, where there is maybe a little bit more downside in Bitcoin. Okay, and then we are coming to two massive FOB levels and very big supports. And what that is now is basically saying there's a little bit more downside. Remember, the stochastic's at the bottom. So when the stochastic's at the bottom is when your reversal is incoming. I'm seeing an increase in volume, but not a crazy spike in volume. Okay, so it's not like this is up over here and it's end of the world dump at this point. Okay, it might increase a little bit more. We still got 12 hours to go here. But what that means for me is buying power is going to be incoming. And for here, altcoins dip in here, and then we get going. And again, I won't be surprised in 3 weeks from now that we've reversed this and even broken the highs. Okay, I won't even be surprised that if next week we are back up at these levels. Do I think we're going to recover it straight in 7 days? Probably not. Do I think 10 days? Maybe. Okay, but I wouldn't be surprised in 7 days if we have absorbed this whole dump. Okay, and things are gone at this point over here. So today is opportunity. It's not a time to be bearish. It's not a time to say it's all over. It's about what can I do? Okay, and if you don't have any more money, what coins do you have too much of? Do you have too much PopCat and you don't have enough Solana? Go sell your damn PopCats and go get some Solana, right? Do you have too much Dogecoin and you don't have any Phantom or Ethereum? Go sell a little bit and go buy some of those. So it's not that you don't have more money, but you can rebalance your damn portfolio today. You can do something for when the strength comes back within the market, right? You can't sit here and say you're not going to do anything. That is the big trap, and that is a massive lie. I actually took a small entry here because I think Phantom has gone so cheap. I can't believe it. This thing actually wrecked me on leverage this week. Pretty bad. However, okay, I'm not sitting here complaining to say that I can ride Phantom from 80 cents back to 1.9. You know, that for me is like, wow, like when I was here, I was bullish. And if I'm not bullish here right now, the money that I make back just to the top, there's 76%. Like I need to do something here. I need to take something. So what am I doing? Slowly laddering in some longs. Slowly buying some longs here, right? A little bit of cash, not going crazy, but I'm buying some longs here. Okay. Mama raised no Exactly. Okay. So for me, I'm definitely taking advantage of what I can at these areas here, especially with a couple of trading positions. But the dump is not too far until it is done. So again, we've actually hit a bunch of bounce zones. I wouldn't be surprised the market does start bouncing from here. Okay. But there is a scenario again where you see another flush over here, which is in the areas of around 7 to 9%, then the bounce. Now the bounce is going to bounce to the first 618. That's where it's going to bounce first. So I want to show you guys over here of how big the bounce is going to be, and then we'll see where we're at. So the bounce from these areas here, let's say in our example, Phantom is now going to come to the early 80 cents, right? The bounce will pump at least back to 1.1, 1.2. Okay, so you can see the bounce. And if we don't get through there, then we can turn bearish and say, you know what? We're going to take some money off the table and we're going to prepare for another leg down. Until then, you cannot be bearish on a day like today. You got to wait for green. Green is when you make selling decisions. Red is when you make buying decisions. Okay, don't get that wrong. Don't get that caught up and don't get stuck and let anyone tell you any difference. Okay, where it looks like for Sol, big bounce zones on Sol between the 168 and the 175. Okay, we did hit the 175, but again, if Bitcoin does want to dip down a little bit lower, we will come down to these areas of the early 170s. And again, where do I see the bounce? I see from here, Solana easily getting back into the 200, 220. Then we can see where we're at that point. Until then, it's bull, right? One that has gone extremely cheap and on 618 now is Dogecoin. So this is another humongous lesson to learn. When your coin has done 400%, okay, don't chase it. Don't chase things like that. Wait, because your special will always come. And you know what? I'm a little bit annoyed with myself that I actually knew this dump was going to come weeks ago. Okay. And I maybe capitulated a little bit early. And that's what you're not going to get from me the next time as well. We did well. Trust me. We still bought stuff 30%. And I'm proud of myself for doing that. And it created a lot of credibility within the space. And I'm not here to just be a moon boy and things like that. But don't, because remember my first limit orders. I said 30 cents for Doge. I said 30 cents for Doge. I said 180. I remember our first limit was 180 and 190 for Solana. I had all of these levels. I had 90 cents for Phantom. I had all of them was our first limit orders. Okay. And I started to slightly change them a little bit as we went. So again, it's just a massive lesson that these good bull runs and these good things, you are in a bull, but you got to understand the other side comes too. Okay. And that's where they're trapped. So right now, what you're seeing now, Doge is at a good level. Doge is no longer sitting in the 40s. You're sitting back in the 20s. Now Doge is worthy of buying, right? Now it's worthy of buying something for the bull and there's more upside to be going. So what we're seeing here now, that's what the leg looks like on Doge. So I do see again, a bounce, slowdown period here, but this is an area now to get some Dogecoin. Okay, and we're at 618. Important zone. If they want to wick a little bit more, that's what it looks like. Yeah, but Doge is now at a great level. Thorchain is so damn cheap. Matt, do you want to buy my car? Do you want to rent my car? I'll buy it back from you in 2 months. And I'll buy you a car also. Okay? You buy my car. Who wants to buy my car, guys? Who wants to buy my car? I'll give you my car for 60% discount today. Okay? But I'm allowed to buy it back in 2 months. Okay? Because this coin, for me, is just like, damn. Damn. But you know what? It's on 618. And for me, in the future, always, you know, the big thing, the big sign that I must pick up over here is we lost the daily trend. The moment we lost the daily trend, we started accelerating. And if I take my fib from the bottom through to the top over here, we're actually at the 618, which is the healthiest time to buy a coin. So it's not bearish. Okay, it's just incredibly, you know, it's crazy to see the special that is now intact right now. And again, when you see your massive coins rallying up, and then it starts to turn down, always take a Fibonacci and just pop it up on there. And it will tell you. That's where the discount is, right? That's what you got to be patient for. And as much as everyone will be bull here, always just have a cheeky order in over there. So right now, Thorchain is on 618. One of the biggest opportunities for me. I'm very serious if you want to buy my car and I can buy it back. I'm extremely serious. I will do checks to see that you think, but how much? So I got a Maserati. I can give it to you for $80,000. It's a good price. It's a good price. $80,000 for the Maserati. Okay. There we go. Okay. Next one over here. Injective. Oof. Straight back into the pocket. One of the best for me investment opportunities you're seeing today is Injective in these major areas over here. I even saw Theta. Theta's on 618. Okay, so the bull's not done. You've just had a full 618 rotation here. And now you're sitting in 618 zones here. If we don't hold 618s, guys, we're going to the 786s. So it gives you an idea that if the market wants to capitulate a little bit more, where's it going to go to next? Okay, but theta is obviously massive. Chainlink. There's no way that you guys can't be bullish. Everyone was so bullish on Chainlink when it's at $30. Now it's at 21. Okay, bullish, right? Still bullish, still very much bullish. Let's actually have a look here. It's one of the coins that I think are going to bounce the hardest, to be honest. But let's look here. Okay, we're in the 0.5. If the market capitulates, goes down again, another 10%, you're going to catch Chainlink at $18. Very, 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 very good opportunity for Chainlink. Okay, someone said if XRP, I'm joining OnlyFans. Not that desperate. Okay, no, I'm good. But someone was saying as well that if you liked XRP and the run that it did, like, why the hell would you not be bullish on Chainlink? Chainlink is the glue to the entire ecosystem. The amount of big institution deals they've done, the amount of collabs they've done, one of the best fundamental tokens you can get, you know, is now sitting at a discount. It's now sitting at a discount from the tops, sitting at a discount of 32%. So that's amazing. 𝗪𝗡, I just cannot understand 𝗪𝗡 over here. Okay, so 𝗪𝗡 is just back at 15. Crazy. I actually looked here. We broke a couple of trends here, and it's just crazy how these trend lines will get respected. Look at that. Broke the trends, retest. You know, so 𝗪𝗡 is also at incredibly good levels. Maddie, let's bring up everyone's tokens, sir. Let's take the tokens. How are the likes doing? Let's go through your guys' tokens. Again, pop me the ST, the LT, and the MT, medium term, long term, short term, all of these sort of things. Give me your guys' tokens and let's chart your coins, right? Let's get you prepared. Let's get you calmed down a little bit, and just give you the levels. And I'm just going to show you what I'm expecting next over there. So let's go through a couple of those. Okay, we got 𝗕𝗬𝗓𝗕. Yes, sir. Why does it feel like is this the same people? I'm pretty sure I did these exact coins 2 days ago. Okay. Yeah. Casper, cool. G-Swift, yes, gaming, guys, gaming. So there's a couple of coins on gaming. Champs, that other one that I called the other day, the let's just see where it is. This one over here. So there's a couple of coins I'd really buy on this dip, guys, when it comes to gaming, especially for the gaming run. It's this one over here, 𝗬𝗎𝗓 World. Really good one. Good market cap. The other one was Super Champs. That's one that I'll definitely be buying on the pullback. There's another one as well. I'll get the name as well for you guys. 𝗕𝗬𝗓𝗓, I'm sure as well. So let's go through a couple of these over here. So let's start off with 𝗕𝗬𝗓 Games. Okay. So these coins you got to understand, guys. So let me explain to you these coins over here. These coins all fall under this over here. Let me just show you. Okay, so they're way more of the higher risk. Okay, so you don't take their dumps to, it's the bottom ones, right? The bottom section. So with the least amount of money that you should have in a portfolio should be going into these type of tokens. They're very volatile. Okay, so they extremely over-exaggerate. Okay, when it comes to the dumps, but they do the same thing on the upside, right? On the upside, they go crazy. So what you're seeing here now is let's go through and pop a couple of fibs and look at where we see some supports. Okay. Okay, so we lost 618. It looks very much that 𝗕𝗬𝗓 is going to come back to these possible areas here. So your 𝗕𝗬𝗓 is these zones here. Another up to 11% drop from where we are now. So DCAing makes sense here. And then when is it going to pump? Guys, another thing. If you took 2x longs, right? You know, 2x leverage and these things, low leverage, these sort of things. You pop these trends in. By getting a buy now, let's say you got stopped out and you lost some money, right? You got stopped out, you lost some money. Now you're going to buy again with your 2x portfolios here. What's amazing about that is when the market starts to bounce again and you're sitting 30, 40% higher, you can adjust that 2x to 3x and you can get your size back. So what does that mean? That means if you had $10,000 on a 2x, right? It means that you'd have $20,000. Okay, now you lost 40% of it. So you don't have 10,000 anymore. You only got $6,000. Now when you 2x it, you only have a $12,000 position size, right? But when the market's up 30, 40% and you can change that leverage to a 3x, you can get your position size back to $20,000 and you can have a way better entry. Okay, so again, today's just about getting something in the game, not to be too greedy because you might get wiped too early, right? But get something in that you can build on top of that. So there's 𝗕𝗬𝗓. Let's go render. Render 618 torpedo. So again, these coins. So always put your bottom trends in, and when they lose the trends, you know, it's a sign of where to put your stop losses, right? So when you see the token go up and then go sideways, then that's definitely a sign of when it's going to start to speed up. Then if we look at the fibs levels over here, yes, so it does look that render can go a little bit lower to these areas over here. So basically to the early 6s, okay, and you do have this top trend over here at this point. So DCAing for the next 2 days makes sense. Okay, render's a good one. Dot. Okay, oh, people want to ask my portfolio. This is how my portfolio is looking. I'm on 550K. Whew. I was at a mil 2 days ago. Insane. But I ain't. No, you don't sell and you don't do stuff on a red day. You do not. When this market's up, then I can decide, okay, I got a bit too much of this coin. Let me better my entries, do these sort of things. I'm in strong. Okay. Mama raised no quitter, bro. Okay. Next thing over here. Let's go through DOT. Remember, you can't judge. That's why today it's probably best to just not look at your portfolio. just not worth it, right? There's a lot of fear, a lot of stuff here. I'm excited to see how the coins react when they bounce again. That's what I'm very excited to do. Okay, so there's a bunch of support here on the left. So there's 2 bounce zones. There's the 6.1 to 6.2 on DOT, and there is the area of maybe one more capitulation of around 5.7. Okay, but again, I would not sell this. I wouldn't sell this. All the progress that it made is not gone. It's not erased. I'd be patient with it. Okay, Casper. Casper back at 11. Insane. No way. This straight back at 11. Okay, so your investment entries are becoming available again today. Remember, guys, for the last 6 weeks, there's been no investment entries available because the market's just been ripping. Today, you got investment entries again. They're coming back nearly to where they were, like investment entries, right? So there's the Casper buys over there as well. Okay, guys, so to clarify, I do still think the market is going to come down more. Okay, I do think it's going to come down more. Okay, but I do think there's incredible opportunities where we're sitting right now. So 20 to 30% of any cash you have right now, I'll be buying right now. I'll be setting limit orders 10% lower from where we are now. I don't see Bitcoin going much lower than 90K. Okay, and I do see a strong bounce. Again, I think the bounce is going to be between 20 and 25% in a very quick, short period of time. It might even be by market open today. Okay, so that is the game plan now. To not panic out, to not destroy. What can you do? If you don't have money, go and do coins between each other. So it means sell. If you have too much of this coin, go sell them. They're all cheap now. So by selling some of this one and turning to Solana, you're not losing anything, okay? You're basically changing and preparing the rest of your portfolio. Cool? Guys, remember, with 𝗬𝗥𝗢𝗕𝗏 and 𝗠𝗢𝗏, if you go below in the description, if you want to get to 250 or $300 by signing up, you want to make some money today, it's good. On 𝗠𝗢𝗏, also, the bonuses that you get for the link below, they get paid out on Mondays. Okay, so Monday you'll be getting your bonuses if you sign up, and so do your KYC so long. If you want to do it, you don't have to. And do those things and prepare. Guys, love you lots. See you all tomorrow. Keep your heads high. Goodbye.